Alright, Natalie, let's take a look at your form here. We'll go over much of what we went over the other day. From the front view, there's a couple things we're looking for. I want to see if your hands cross the midline of your body. We want to see if there's excessive trunk motion. And we want to see how much vertical motion there is. That's how much you're bouncing up and down. And really, all of that looks pretty good. There's not a lot of excessive trunk motion. I think really what we want to focus on, we're going to see right here in the side profile. Here's what we want to work on right here. And we talked about coming down and landing with your feet underneath your center of mass. So I'm going to draw a line where your center of mass is right here. And of course this is the angle. That's how far out in front of your center of mass your leg is. Which means you're coming down on your heel. I call this check mark landing because there's your check mark right there. What we're going to work on is keeping your knee bent. If you keep your knee bent, it will decrease this angle right here, and ultimately this angle right here, meaning that you'll start to land mid-foot. Again, on the other side, same thing. Not a very good camera shot, but same idea here. We draw a line down your center of mass, and your leg is again out in front. About the same angle. It's pretty much symmetrical on both sides. Now as we look at the rear, we want to look for a couple things. We're going to see if you have any hip drop, and also looking for pronation. So when I'm speaking about pronation, we want to look at your ankles mostly. Okay, and what we'll see in your ankles, if you are overpronating, is a lot of bend right in the Achilles tendon. That's what we see right here. So ideally while you're landing, as you can see on your right side, the Achilles tendon should stay pretty straight throughout the stride. However, when you see on the left side, when you land, you get a pretty severe bend in the ankle. So we'll work on that. Now, with that, you'll also notice that you get a little bit of hip drop. Right? When I say hip drop, it means as you step down, instead of keeping your hips completely neutral, which would be keeping them flat along that line, one hip will go a little bit higher than the other hip. And that's something that we'll work on just with hip strengthening. As we strengthen your hips and your lateral movers, some of that hip drop should go away. We'll combine that with strengthening up the ankles, which will also help ankles and arches. Beautiful. Let me know if you have any questions about this video.